What's up, YouTube? This is high quality. Check this out. And scene. What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna make another video. I haven't made a video in quite a while, probably a couple months, recorded one. Hopefully I've been, keeping up and making the videos and posting them online, but we're just kind of taking a break on making them while I slowly post all of the High Plains Riot videos. But this video I'm going to show kind of our next couple projects that we're making. Here's our first one. This is a 2000 Ford Excursion with the 6.8 V10. I bought the whole vehicle so that I could part it out. We literally just want it for the engine, the trans, and the frame. And we're going to turn this into a rat hauler. It's in pretty decent shape overall. I've just been slowly taking it apart and selling stuff online. That'll be something I'm going to talk about too. Yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how we fund these projects, because Jake and I aren't made of money. And so, we're not sitting here sitting on a cash pile, daddy's money, trust fund babies. We just work hard and do things that people aren't willing to do to get the money for these projects. So I know this looks like a mess, but some of these are parts from the Excursion. Some of these are parts from past BMWs that we've had, mainly the ones from the Buick build. And then, sorry, my garage is a disaster right now. I'm still trying to work on organizing. I'll talk about this in a minute. But these transmissions, those boxes, and all these boxes, along with a whole bunch of other boxes and that Jake has at his house that he's gonna bring for a show that we've got next week, and along with some boxes that we've actually sold. Jake brought all these parts down 2 weeks ago maybe, and in that 2 week period we have sold like $600 worth of stuff on eBay, so that's pretty cool. And then the Excursion I've made like 130 bucks on. My buddy Aaron may be buying some stuff for anywhere between $300 and $800 off the Excursion. I've probably got another $2,000 or $3,000 worth of Excursion stuff to sell. Jake's got probably $3,000 or $4,000 worth of parts that he's bringing me for another show. And we're just trying to beat through this just to build more projects and fund our dreams, because I've got a kid coming, so I don't really have the money to be throwing into these things just willy-nilly. Right now all I do is work. I don't work. I have disability money from the VA, and then I've also got the GI Bill. I'm going to school, so and Jake's trying to cut back on his hours right now too, so that he can do what he wants, like build these cars. But yeah, that's basically how we do it. Is we just buy cars that people think are garbage and have no value. That Excursion I bought for 900 bucks running and driving. It just doesn't have brakes. So a running and driving Excursion, less than $1,000. The motor sells alone on eBay for $1,000. The frame, you can pick up a frame for like 200 bucks, but either way, it's $1,200. We've already paid for that stuff pretty much in parts. So, it's not a bad deal. But I'll show you guys my pride and joy. I had made a video introducing this truck a long time ago, way back. I've been talking about starting a YouTube channel for probably 3 years now. And what I wanted to do was basically build content. I wanted to cheat the system. I wanted to build content and basically have enough so that I could post a video a week for an entire year, because I didn't really think about this whole selling parts thing to fund my projects. I was like, well, I don't have money to keep building stuff and keep throwing money at it. So I kept, slowly building stuff up, and none of it was really good content. I mean, if you've been here long enough and you've seen the original Buick videos that we posted a few months ago, they're horrible. And I'm not going to say that I'm a professional video editor or that we're professional cinematographers or anything like that, but I think it goes without saying that we've done significantly better in the more recent videos that have, decent content at least. So, needless to say, the videos that I made of the Fummins, which is this truck, they were horrible. They were probably 2 years before we started Cranked Up Motorsports. So I'm gonna make a whole new introduction for this truck, kind of piggybacking off of the intro for the Excursion build. And yeah, we're just gonna talk about it right now. So this is why she's called the Fummins. It's got a built 12 valve Cummins. I don't remember, I'll be honest, I didn't do this build. I didn't do the swap or anything. So I don't remember necessarily everything that's been done to it. I know that's got, the ARP head studs. It's got a larger turbo, I think a 67 mil Borg Warner turbo. It's got a 78 F250 front end to kind of, hold the weight. But the work that I'll be doing on the truck today will prove that, even though it's a bigger suspension and everything, it still didn't hold up very well because it ate the coils on this thing. But yeah, it scoots. This is definitely the scariest and most fun vehicle that I've ever been in, period. That includes the Buick, any other project cars I've ever been in, anything. This thing is a blast. I mean, it hits like 40 pounds of boost. And this hose right here just blows off, sounds like a gunshot. So, I mean, I've never felt it at its full potential. It's sitting on just normal truck tires. So it just smokes the tires anytime I try to give it anything. I'll try to get a good shot of it. Can't really. We'll just call this the teaser video then. This is the teaser of the Fummins. The plan is to use these seats. It's got a real nasty bench, the original bench. I'd like to do buckets in it, kind of do mild restoration for the interior so that it looks nice. It'd be my show car inside and my race car outside. But this is the original color of the truck. They call it Swiss Aqua. It's a two-tone job. It had white on the top, so it's got white headliner in here. But this is the original seat. It's pretty disgusting. So that's going to go in the trash. I just don't care enough about reupholstering it for $400 and selling it for $300. You know what I mean? It's not worth anything to me. But yeah, you got a little license plate. But she's a 5-speed. The only project that I've had that I've done to it so far, I took the cab tank out, which I made a video for that. I haven't really decided if I'm going to put that on YouTube. It's pretty boring. Maybe I will, just because make you guys watch it, because fuck you. Yeah, I had a business when I was stationed in Charleston. Before I had any tools, they installed this tank for me, and I never really thought to check their work and how they did and everything. And they did a pretty shitty job for, spending way too much money. I spent like $3,000 to buy the tank and have it installed. And they did as little work as possible. So yeah, she's got a Dana 80 rear end. So that won't ever die. The transmission is the GetTrack 360, so that's basically a grenade ready to blow up at any minute. It really is about to as well. It is pretty messed up. It's not happy, but that's not going to kill me. The other stuff that I need to do on the truck to get it safe will. So the transmission's kind of sitting on the back burner. That'll be probably the next big purchase that I make for this thing. There's a lot of money in this truck. There's like 40 grand into it, so I'm glad that I didn't do all the build myself. All I have is the price of the truck plus 3 for the tank, which is still way too much money. But yeah, right now I would start it for you, but when they built the truck, they just used regular rubber gasoline hose. And so apparently, I didn't know this, and they must not have either, but diesel will eat the rubber for a regular fuel hose. So that's what it did over the last 4 years that it's probably been on there. It just dry rotted and cracked it, and at an undisclosed speed that I should definitely not have been traveling on public roads with a vehicle this sketchy. One of my fuel hoses blew off right off the engine, and I've got a high pressure fuel system on this thing, so it just blew diesel fuel all over the highway because we don't care about climate change here. Yeah, so that was fun. I lost a lot of money in diesel fuel, and I got really mad, and I managed to limp it home, and now it's pretty much so stretched out and cracked that it won't stay on. So I can't start it, or it'll just blow diesel fuel all over the garage, and as you can see, I don't need that in my life because my garage is already a mess. So my plans are for today and maybe tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this, but I'm swapping the front coils and shock absorbers, and then the rear shock absorbers as well. I'm also doing an oil change, diff fluid change, because I've never done a diff fluid change in this thing, and it definitely probably needs it, in a gasket because it's leaking a little bit. Fuel filter change, and then I'm gonna swap out the shitty fuel hose and put some new stuff on, because not this weekend but next weekend, Jake and I are going to meet up in North Charleston, South Carolina for the Rockabillaque show. Now that is the first big car show that I was ever a part of, and I did it with this truck. I won second class in the vintage truck category, which was pretty cool. My first show, first award. And this will also wind up being the first show that the Buick and the Fummins will have been at. So these are kind of like right now we're sitting at like our cranked up motorsports fleet. So we'll be bringing the whole fleet down to North Charleston. So I need to get this thing situated so that I don't kill myself trying to drive down to South Carolina. It's about 5.5 hour drive from here. It's about 5 hour drive from where Jake is in Knoxville. So yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll make some more content for that. The show was so much fun. Other than the High Plains ride, it's the most fun I've had at a car show. A lot of really nice people, beautiful cars. Last time I went, it was basically set up like a block party. They shut off like 6 or 8 streets. All the businesses came outside, had tents. There was a lot of alcohol flowing. They brought taps out and everything. This year they're doing it at the Firefly Distillery, I think, which I've been to. Their alcohol is tasty. So I'm going to get hammered and look at race cars and classic cars and rat rods and basically everything that you could think of. Bikes, motorcycles. When I say bikes, I literally mean bicycles. They have like a vintage bicycle show there. There's live music. They're doing like a beard and mustache competition, so maybe I'll have to get myself groomed up, looking a little prettier than I am now. Maybe I'll enter into that. Maybe we'll get Jake to enter in it too, with his little 3 long strands and 4 pieces of peach fuzz. And they have like a tattoo competition, and they have like a pinup girl competition. It's a lot of fun, good atmosphere. So I'm gonna get working onto this pig, and yeah, I'll see you then. This is why you keep up with preventative maintenance. This is a good coil. This is a bad coil. I don't know how I didn't die driving this piece of shit. Here we are, boys and girls. She's alive. Made some new lines, filters. fucking go. Got up a little late today, but getting ready to go to breakfast, and this is their first meeting. They became best friends right away.